few different things, and we're going to get into. I was told that Mr. Jakes, and let me check my sound first, so make sure you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Checking my sound. Checking my sound. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. I need to make sure you guys can hear me because if not, I'll have to restart this. Can you hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Testing the sound, testing the sound. And when I look at if I'm live, I'm wondering because normally, let's see, I'll check it one more time. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Can you hear me okay?
Okay. I'm glad I
Can
didn't
you hear me
exit.
okay? Can you hear me okay?
Okay. So just give me a minute while I check everything. I'm going to go ahead and play the disclaimer. So thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and please share if you care. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about what's on Instagram, what's on Twitter, what's going on in the news around the world. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. And have a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Okay, so earlier today I did a video. Go ahead and check that video out. We were listening to Diddy's apology. I might pull it up in a minute. But it's being reported that Bishop T.D. Jakes made a statement on his pulpit. I'm not going to play the video here because I'm not playing on no games with nobody. But what it basically stated is that he was asked to talk about situationships that people go through in relationships. And he was asked to do this. And he's telling people if you're with someone that cannot control their thoughts, their feelings, leave them and make sure they get some help, or just leave them and protect yourself. The reason why I'm not going to play the clip is because I'm finding that sometimes the members might try to do something to people's pages. But if I generally talk about what was spoke about on that pulpit, I can generally speak on it. Now, mind you, I have been, and years ago, every year, listening to this man live. I was in churches listening to him at least once or twice a year. I was in churches where if you wanted prayer, there was a $500 line, $1,000 line, a $400 line, a $200 line, and a $100 line. I've been there. I've met this man in person. My biggest thing is, and I'm going to ask people, do you think he knew? Did Diddy get counseling from him? Did Diddy tell him what he was doing in his relationships? Now, mind you, as a pastor, he does not have to disclose what their conversations might have been, what he mentioned to him. But the one thing we do know, he's not going to be able to go to his church and get on that pulpit and ask for prayer. We do know that. And if it was being reported that Serena, his daughter, may have now obtained the church, and whether that was this year or last year, this is the biggest thing. I think that his attorney, Diddy's attorney, asked him to do an apology because now it's out. Many men can't say there's no proof. We've seen nothing. When I'm around him, I didn't see nothing. Now there's proof. Now there's proof. And shame on the hotel, which is no longer here or available, or any manager to question what transpired in 2016. They're shut down. They're no longer a hotel. So isn't that interesting? A lot of people that we would probably need to interview is no longer alive. A lot of people we need to talk to or is no longer here. A lot of people is kind of distancing themselves. And I'm sure there's going to be some interesting guys that's going to say, well, at least he apologized. Isn't that a good thing? At least he's getting help. Check out my video from earlier because he had did an interview with Ellen when there was a situationship in regards to Chris Brown and Rihanna. So you sat in Ellen's face talking about, they're young adults, we're not in their relationship, blasey blasey splee. But when you sat on that couch with Ellen, did you tell Ellen what you were doing in regards to your relationships? So you seen what Chris Brown did, and you seen how the industry reacted to Chris Brown. Did you know your time was coming? So we're going to listen to the apology. Let me see if I can pull it up from this. Um, Let me see if I can pull it up. Google, play Diddy apology today. I don't know if it's going to play it. I'll pull it up from my other phone. But yeah, I'm just curious if it was a letter he was reading from his attorney, if he wrote him a statement of what he had to read off. I'm just wondering, how it came about that he had to say something. And a lot of times it's definitely a PR situationship. What he's done, who he's done it to, the businesses, the people that's going to distance themselves. We had some of these guys for the last 2 months saying, look at what they've done to this man, going up into his house and raiding. And then people are saying, who had the tape? Is it because this person had the tape? He paid $50,000 to get the tape. It should have never happened. And if he did pay the $50,000 to get the tape, he probably didn't want Cassie to get the tape with her lawyer, if she had a lawyer then. He probably didn't want Cassie to get the tape so she can get the tape and take it to the police, or go to the police and have the police obtain it. Now, why we say that? Because recently there was a guy that's a YouTuber. His house had a situationship, and you hear a young lady in the background. I have to be general when I speak. That's how YouTube is. You hear a woman in the background, and a woman is actually suing DJ Academics, and there's concern there. There's conspiracies of whether people want to distract away from that. Her lawsuit is going to be her lawsuit. Diddy's situation is going to be a situationship for another good 2 years. Real talk. He has not been charged. Let's say that first, because there's some weirdos that might come into the comments. Diddy has not been charged with anything. Homeland Security may be building their case in regards to what they need to do in the future, in the next 2 months, 3 months. People who saying, oh, it's going to happen this month. Oh, it's going to happen that month. We don't know. No one is on their task force, and no one has possibly even given a date. When Homeland, please like the video as you come in. Please like the video as you come in. When Homeland Security went to the home to raid it, some of those people didn't even know which home they were going to. Now, you also have to realize Diddy's son just did a diss track, and he kind of slipped up and was basically saying, oh, homes were raided, but y'all didn't go to the house next door, which we own. That's concerning. You basically, you know how sometimes they say criminals don't think and they're not smart? Why would your son put out a diss track and talk about what's transpiring and not paint you in a good light? Oh, he's a good dad. Y'all got it wrong. Say anything, but to say there's another home you didn't check or raid, and or did the son do that? Because I think outside the box, y'all. Is the son saying that? Because remember, some people are saying he's a alleged agent. What type of agency is he a part of? I don't know. But why is it that they would have let him, Diddy, do what he's done over the last 15, 20 years? How he treats people, how he wants to shine, how he likes to put people down, allege, allege, allege. After Kim passed, RIP to Kim, RIP to Kim, because she's not even here to speak on what she went through. So could you imagine if Kim was here, RIP to Kim, if Kim was here and if Cassie and Kim were teaming up, if Cassie and Kim was able to team up, we don't know how much Cassie knows. We don't know in regards to Cassie's phones if she still has emails from Kim Porter. Where is Kim Porter's computer? Where's Kim Porter's phones? Where's the video camera in regards to Kim Porter's home, in regards to what transpired with her? So I would love to play the clip in regards to what Bishop T.D. Jakes said, but I can't because I don't want to have an issue. But what he basically mentioned is he was asked to talk about things that go on in relationships. And he talked about people seeking help, getting help. He never once that I heard in the clips I heard, and maybe he did in his sermon, maybe not. In his sermon, I don't think he said Diddy's name. In Diddy apology, I don't think he said Cassie's name. And some may say he can't say Cassie's name. And he's basically saying, I regret it. He said he regretted it when it happened to Cassie in 2016. And he said he sought out counseling and he has gone or is going to rehab. This is the biggest thing. We've been seeing him almost every week, every 2 weeks post. It doesn't seem like he's in rehab. And then if you don't know, because some people are coming in a little bit later, the mule that spent time with Diddy will avoid jail time. So stuff is coming out. People are kind of side-eyeing a lot of it. But let's listen to the apology so that way we can get through that. I probably gotta go to Hollywood Unlocked. Some of the voice clips are really low. I go to Hollywood Unlocked. I'm sure their clip is fine. Yeah, so difficult to reflect. Dark times. Sometimes you got to do that. He said he was messed up. He said he hit rock bottom. And he's making no excuses. What he did in that video was inexcusable. And he's trying to take responsibility for his actions. He was disgusted. He was disgusted then when he did. He was disgusted afterwards. He went out and sought out professional help. He had to go into therapy, rehab, and had to ask God for his mercy and grace. He's so sorry. He's trying to commit to be a better man, to reflect on darkest time in his life. Sometimes you got to do that. He said he was messed up. He's not asking for forgiveness. He said he's truly sorry. That's the clip on that. Let's see if I could over talk. Let's see. He got a request that came in from social media in regards to what was shown over the weekend. Would you please pray for women who is living in danger in their own houses? And which is true. There are many people that are having concerns in their own homes. And there was something about the way she said it. It was definitely a cry for help. As a father and as a husband, he felt something. And being a mama's boy at that, when he saw the images that was floating around in media, it was very difficult to watch for him. Atrocious, degrading. demeaning, debauchery, he said. I know who it was, but he said he saw his daughters and it made him angry. It made him very angry. It affected him as a man. He can only imagine how it affected women who have been through that, who are currently going through this, in which I said that yesterday. Some women feel trapped when you're dealing with this physically or emotionally. It's possible to feel trapped in regards to it. In a situation you can even possibly get out of. In regards to what women go through, sometimes it doesn't have a color or race or creed. You could be churched or unchurched. You could be rich or poor. Let me tell you something. It's not always sometimes the man, but we see that it's a lot of women go through that though. Men are stronger than women, in a lot of cases, physically stronger. And sometimes there's mind games. We're not talking about what women are doing. We're talking about what Diddy has done to Cassie. It's now not even alleged. And what we've heard alleged about what's happening with Kim Porter. Vote, pray for the victim and the perpetrator. If you have a rage you can't control, if you have emotional problems, get some help. So I have to be careful. I don't want to play the whole thing. And I did do some wording over. So everything wasn't exactly how he said it. I kind of changed some words so that way it won't be an issue or problem. But that's basically what TG Jakes had to say. So sometimes if there is a clip that I have to play, maybe I'll kind of reinterpret it in my way. And then that way it won't be an issue. But like I've said before, my prayers go out to Cassie. She should have never had to deal with this. The lawsuit was there. The laws changed for her to do what she needed to do, and she did that. And for any guys that's not supporting a woman that's gone through a situation, she came out on the other side. She has a husband that supports her, that's there for her, that's trying to be there for her. So you got to remember, Cassie's going to go through this. If there is possibly, you don't know, if there is possibly a lawsuit or case that comes down the pike at a later date, Cassie's going to have to deal with a lot of stuff over the next several years. And no woman, don't play with me. My finger's sticking at this tablet. Don't play with me. Don't tell women how they should heal. Don't tell people how they should recover. Don't tell people to try and get over it. Unless you've been through it, unless you've had to deal with it, don't try and tell people that suffered from things how they should get over. It's not okay. Situationship after situationship, we don't know what he said to her to get her to stay, to keep her to stay, and what comments were made in regards to her, her family. We don't know. Go through the lawsuit. Many people have gone through the lawsuit page by page by page by page. Cassie was paid off fast because she didn't only go after Diddy, she went over after his businesses as well. So a lot of times these businesses will cut ties if you're not holding up. And if you're if your morals are in question, and if you're going to put them at risk, a lot of companies will separate themselves. So let's see if he does any interviews like a Oprah. That would be interesting. Let's see if he does any interviews with Good Morning America. That would be interesting. People have seen it now. This is the one thing we have to realize. There's been talks for years. When we look at the groups that he helped produce, a lot of them aren't shining. A lot of them are struggling. When we look at what Aubrey O'Day had to say, that she was asked to sign an NDA and then she would either receive masters or rights to music, whatever, for $300 measly little dollars. Aubrey alleged offered the women $300 to not sign the NDA, not seek anything in regards to still connecting with him. Because you look at Diddy hasn't been charged. He has not been charged and convicted of any crime. But when you're going through a situation ship, when Homeland comes to your home and you know Cassie's filed a lawsuit, her lawsuit was what, December, November, whatever, or January, whatever it was. Then we started seeing that he went on an interview saying, well, I just thought it was the right thing to do to try and give them their publishing back, their masters back, whatever. A lot of those groups, a lot of the things that he did in regards to having different shows, it was like a money grab. It was like a money grab for him because a lot of those people aren't doing well. It was to almost make him shine. That's the sad part about it. Why hasn't he ever settled down and got married? Why is it that he collects? Why is it that he's almost like a single dad collecting children? You ever thought about that? Cassie was in the home with him, never married her. But how much did the kids know? How much did the kids see? Since the kids are of age, will they have to testify? Any lawyers in the comments, please help me understand. Could children have to testify against the father? I know within regards to a wife sometimes can't testify against her husband, but him being a parent, he has children and he's lived his life, but his children are still growing and learning, and it's going to affect their relationships. It truly is. You know, Stevie J spoke out. I just showed a video. Go check out my other video from this morning. Wow. I showed a lot this morning. But I definitely want to do a video in regards to TD Jake speaking out. And, you know, I'm waiting to see what else is going to happen this week, next week. You know, what's going to transpire? What else does Homeland Security have? Will anything else get released from CNN? And if in court, will whoever released it from CNN, will they have to testify? Did you guys check out my video when his assistant spoke out? And the assistant stated that they spent a lot of time with Diddy and Cassie. She stated she didn't see anything and doesn't feel that she might get questioned. That's interesting. You have to really listen to interviews. Like the video as you guys come in, please. Like the video as you guys come in. Let me swipe onto a different picture because I don't want this to go down. But yeah, I'm wondering who, if there is a situationship down the line, who will have to testify. I know Cassie's friend, people were in Cassie's friend Tiffany, and they were like, you know, what did you do? How did you help Cassie? And some of these guys couldn't even stand against Diddy. They were scared. They weren't able to do anything. So how are two women going to be able to fight against? And if he is a part of an industry, if he is a part of an industry and he has backing or help, shame on if he is a part of anything that they allowed him to do what he did and people weren't able to go to the police for any assistance or help. I played the video. I've been on it, y'all. I played the video in regards to what Peter Thomas had to say. And I almost didn't play the video towards the end, and I'm kind of glad I did. Many people have spoke out and their thoughts and feelings. Many people said they watched it. They were disgusted. Some of the guys were like, man, that's embarrassing. Man, you know, I have to watch what I say. A lot of guys had a lot of comments to say. I have to watch what I say. I'm very cautious. I'm very cautious. But a lot of guys were like, woo-wee. Yup. Got to be careful, man. You got daughters. You don't want your daughters to go through that. Why put somebody else's daughter through that? So I'll just basically say that. Like the video as you guys come in, please. On the replay game, let me know how you feel about Diddy's apology. Let me know how you feel about TD Jake's statement on the pulpit. I didn't make his statement verbatim. I kind of added a few words. That way it wouldn't be an issue or problem. But yeah, as you see these men, 50 Cent has been on it. 50 Cent has been on it. Peter Thomas. Um, if I'm not mistaken, I think Cassie's lawyer has even made a statement in regards to it. Let me go look it up. Yeah, this morning a lot of people were live, and I almost didn't go live. Let me see. Peter Thomas double downs on the comments in response to Diddy apology for Cassie, the hotel situation. Now he's saying they were setting him up. He was basically saying, just make it right. Am I reading that right? That's interesting. Shawnee Diddy Combs apologizes for the incident, his behavior in the video in regards to Cassie in the 2016 situationship. And like we said, CNN released the documents. Let me see. And then, Cassie's husband had basically said men should not put their hands on women. They're not real men. Anybody that was a security guard around that time are not real men. They should have did something, spoke up and spoke out. And you got to realize Cassie's husband removed her from that situation. Nobody prior to that did anything. That was Diddy's trainer. A trainer removed her from that situation. Horrible situation. I don't know who his family is, and I don't know what connections Cassie's husband has, but he was the only one for years to be able to remove her from that horrible situation that she was in and dating. Only Alex. Alex fine. Nobody else. Nobody else. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I think there was a statement from Cassie's. Diddy breaks his silence on the video regarding Cassie, and he's basically saying he takes full accountability. Um, Cassie's quote friend Tiffany Red calls out Diddy after his apology. She's basically saying, "Cut it out." She's basically saying, Tiffany's saying, you're sorry you got caught. I think so too. I think so too. He addresses the leaked video from 2016. We might not have heard anything if it didn't leak. He breaks his silence. He posted an apology. People are wondering where he's at. Did he travel? Let's see. Did he speak out regarding the footage? Diddy says he's truly sorry for what he's done and his actions in regards to the resurface of video. Let me read this for a second because it's basically saying his former security guard, Roger Bond, responds. Hold on one second. Now, this is what his former bodyguard, Diddy's former bodyguard, security Roger Bond, speaks on Cassie's situationship in his apology. He's Roger Bond is wishing Kim Porter was here to get an apology. Mm. I did say that. I wish, Kim was here to speak on or speak up or talk about what she experienced. Many people say some of the business associates attached to are not, a lot of them are not here. Is that not interesting? If there was a close working relationship. And then you have to remember, and you can look it up, Cassie, Diddy's chef, I think, filed a lawsuit against him years ago. Okay, so yeah, there it is. Cassie's attorney slams Diddy apology for being more about himself. I'm glad I found it. Yes, he made it more about himself, probably because he was reading a letter. He made it more about himself in regards to the changes he needs to make, the counseling he's trying to get, the rehab he's trying to get, the prayer that he's trying to seek out. Yes, he made it more about him because some people feel that he can't make it and specify too close to Cassie because it's almost uh this is not legal advice. Would it be admission to guilt or admission to what he's transpired has done? But yeah, Cassie attorney slams Diddy apology for making it more about him. And I'm sure more people are going to speak out about that. Like I said, TD Jake speaks on the situation during today's Sunday service. Nobody deserves to be treated like that, is what he said. But he did not say Cassie's name. And like I said, I could speak to it. I've been in churches where he spoke. TD Jakes has spoke. I've been in ceremonies back in the day. And some of these churches have some concerns. And it may, I don't know. I'm wondering if some of the higher ups, in regards to the board members of churches, if they said you got to speak out, you got to speak up, speak out. Because remember, it's been quiet about TD Jakes for a while. But to clear his name, clear the connection. So you got Diddy apologizing, then you have TD Jakes speaking up. So that's interesting that that all happened in the 72-hour period. I would not be surprised if the higher ups at churches basically said, you need to state something, you need to cut ties with, you need to make sure there's no affiliation, and you don't support. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Just like any business PR people telling people to make a statement, I would imagine churches do the same. So let me know in the comments how you feel about what TD Jake said. Let me know in the comments. Like the video, you guys, as you come in. Please make comments. Please communicate with me. That way we can kind of go back and forth. How do you feel about Diddy's apology? 1. How do you feel about what TD Jake said? 2. And how do you feel about what Cassie attorney had to say? 3. And I'm not certain what's going on with Peter Thomas. And I think Aubrey O'Day has also made a statement. I'll kind of listen to that later. It's a huge statement. Let me see if Cassie's husband's making a statement. So much is coming out. You got to realize when we're YouTubers, bloggers, podcasters, there's always a lot of information that comes in and we have to retain a lot. Ooh. So definitely give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to check out my video from 2 hours ago. Yeah, check your brother. And make sure, he's respectful to his girl. And like I said before, everybody check on your mothers, check on your sisters, check on your relatives, make sure they're good. Ask them, are they in a healthy, happy relationship? Is there any concerns that we need to address? Check on all of them. Unfortunately, there's people that's going through situations right now. There are people that's watched his video and act like they could still do what they need to do and act cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So I pray for many women that's going to be able to stand up and stand out and get out of a bad situation, whether that's living with someone else, going back to their parents, doing something to get out of a bad situation. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video. One of my favorites is probably live right now. I saw that they were going to go live at some point. So yeah, many people are responding. Many people are talking about it. Diddy made an apology. A lot of people are not feeling like him making that apology did anything. He was just trying to clear his name. And then there's going to be some guys that's going to probably say something. Well, at least he apologized. That's a step in the right direction. People are going to make comments. And people are going to try and trend on what's going on. That's the sad part about the media part of it. People are going to try and attach themselves to the situation just to try and trend their name. There's always about a good 5 or 6 people that's always talking. But prayers go out to Cassie. Prayers go out to her family. We're wishing her well. and all that she has to go through and experience, and wishing the best for her and her family. And no one can tell her, no one can tell her how to heal or recover from what her experience is. Please like the video as you guys come in. Please like the video as you guys come in. And please turn on your notification bells. Please turn on your notification bells. Please double check to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Do me a favor, be in people's comments, help their page, subscribe to their channel, like their videos, comment in their channels. You would not believe how helpful it is when you guys like, comment, and share. It really helps the page. Many people talk about how much YouTube takes from their pages. It's up to 40-45%. That's a lot. YouTube getting a bag. They should only be getting 20-25%. YouTube should not be getting 45%, but it is what it is. Please like the video as you guys come in. Let me know if you heard Diddy's apology. Let me know if you heard T.D. Jake's speech. Let me know how you feel about the people that have spoke out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Everyone, focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. And everyone, have a great day. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. If people are shading you or disrespecting you, don't put up with it. Walk away and say no more. And you could just say that, say, no more. I'm not going to put up with your disrespect no more. I will either cut you out of my life, I will block you, do whatever. But protect yourself away from people that are disrespectful. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and supportive. I wish everyone well. Prayers go out to Cassie, her family, her close relatives. And I don't want guys to say, why didn't anybody step in? Cassie probably didn't want any of her family members or friends or guy friends to go to jail. It probably wouldn't have did anything anyway, because it seems as if it's possible that there's a controlled environment here. Just like someone said, different law pages are going to go through a breakdown. If she was trying to get into an elevator and he grabbed her belongings, her phone, her shoes, that's a problem. And if he would not allow her to leave, that's another concern. We're going to listen to some of the law pages and what they're saying. So, well wishes. Thanks for tuning in. Like the video, you guys, as the replay game come in. Like the video, share the video. Let me know how you feel about Cassie, her receiving the lawsuit. Let me know how you feel about Diddy's apology. And let me know how you feel about T.D. Jakes stating and mentioning in his Sunday service how he feels about what's going on. Thanks for tuning in. Everyone have a great day. Goodbye. Prayers to